Good evening and welcome to the Polar Opposite Podcast. This is the Graveyard Film Reviews, the #1 podcast for cinephile insomniacs. Have you ever felt you just can't sleep at night, and for some reason, art, movies, and music are just calling to you more during that time? Say it's 2 a.m. and you got nothing going on, but you can't go to sleep. Well, this is the podcast for you. We're going to be breaking down all your favorite movies to watch during the night. Like Blade Runner, Crow, all those, midnight hour double feature kind of films.
I'm your host, Brendan Polar, and at my right is my co-host,
Dante Graves, and welcome and enjoy the show. Hello everybody, and we're back. Today we're talking about movies that left us impacted after the credits were rolling. Now, I'm not talking about when you go home to your car, you're leaving the theater kind of thing. I'm talking about when you're in the seat and you just feel glued to the seat like you can't leave it. The reason why I bring this up was I recently saw BlacKkKlansman. And
how'd you like it?
It was good. It was really good. I think Spike Lee's best.
Yeah.
Next to Malcolm X.
I certainly agree.
Next to Malcolm X and Mo Better Blues and things like that. But the movie, it's really funny. The movie's really funny. And
I wasn't expecting that.
I was expecting that. I thought it was just going to be funny.
I thought it was going to be more serious. I thought the opposite.
I thought the opposite as well.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get a movie. I thought it was going to be like a 70s version of I thought it was going to be like Chef, kind of like that, like action-y drama, but still has that funny comedy to it,
Yeah.
But this movie, even though it was a lot of laughs and it was really goofy, at the end, when the credits rolled, I was in my seat, my heart was pounding, my skin was crawling, and my eyes were full of tears. Yeah. And I couldn't leave my seat because I just was like, what did I just go through?
Well, because I saw BlacKkKlansman as well, and what was your initial reaction watching the ending credits with the whole Charlottesville?
That made my blood boil.
Really?
No, that's what that whole thing.
I can relate to.
I was enjoying the movie, and then you see that last shot of,
and it just changes your.
Which, by the way, that last shot, that's not a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shot in the film. It's a beautiful shot. I think it's Spike Lee's best shot he's ever done. Was that the reflection of the burning cross in the guy's eye? I thought that was the greatest shot ever.
So well done.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, that's an amazing shot. That's a powerful shot. And then seeing that, it's like, I'm Jewish, and it's the equivalency of seeing Nazis. It's the equivalency of seeing that, and sorry, it's the equivalency of just seeing that, and then seeing how it is in our society right now. How the reflection of it's still going on. It's sad. We live in a sad time. It's a heavy time, but it made me cry. So I'm thinking, I wanted to talk about the last time a movie made you feel that way. Other than if you had that experience, if you had the experience with Klansman, I would say maybe a different movie other than Klansman.
I had that experience with Klansman, but I felt like I was more impacted with something like Blindspotting, which is the movie I'm reviewing today. Because that movie, have you seen it yet?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I want it.
Mm-hmm. I recommend it.
The trailer looked dumb, and then someone told me the trailer does not do it justice at all.
At all. Not at all. It just, you were talking about how you can't leave from a seat, like you're glued to looking at the screen. Like I was glued to the point that I was like, because my dad was there next to me and he was like, "You ready to go?" I feel like I have to process what I just watched. Like it's so much more than what seems like. What's the saying? Like they're on the surface, like it doesn't seem like there's anything there.
Yeah.
But you go closer and
it's go deeper, and
exactly.
You've only scratched the surface.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I always try to stay in my seat during the credits because it's like, okay, let me absorb what I just digested.
Yeah.
But it was like I couldn't leave. For Klansman, but I think the last time something like that had happened for me, and I was bawling when it happened, was Sing Street. You ever see that?
No, I haven't.
It's a good movie. It's very good.
Okay.
It was I forgot the director's name, but he directed Once he directed Begin Again. He's only directed 3 movies in the period of over like 13 years.
Wow.
And he's a really good director. Like, just something about it. He has a good style, but it's not just his style, it's the stories he tells. And Sing Street, it hit me to my core.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just about, a guy wanting to achieve his dreams and get out of, like, the shitty town he lived in and things like that and, go with the girl. It was also a story about brothers. A story about family. A story about growing up in a time where nobody believes in you. And I related to that. And at the end, I was bawling. I was bawling. I was, like, crying in my seat. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I can't. And I think that and the first time I saw Blade Runner. Mm-hmm. The first time I saw Blade Runner, I didn't know what to process. I was like, what is this beautiful film that I just went to?
Yeah, it's great. But about Black Klansman, though, like, overall, besides how it made you feel impacted at the end, what did you think of it overall? Like
the film?
Yeah.
I thought everything was great about it was great. Mm-hmm. I thought the message, the parallels, the acting. I thought the acting was great. Mm-hmm. Only thing I had a problem with was, this is a minor thing. It's not a huge thing, but remember the guy who's like helping one of the neo-Nazis to put the bomb? Mm-hmm. It's like, isn't that guy Italian? Don't they hate Italians? He's part of the KKK.
Is this a strange plot twist we have to look into now?
I'm like,
yeah.
What? I'm like, how? It was just confusing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have to look it up. Maybe they did actually coincide with an Italian. Maybe, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it was strange to me because I know that actor. That's John Turturro's brother.
Really?
I knew him from The Longest Yard. I didn't know he was his brother until I looked it up. But yeah. But you know who I love in that movie, and he kills it every time I see him in something, is the fat dude, the fat like
the fat drunk dude
who keeps pointing the gun at us.
Yeah.
He was in I, Tonya. He was really good in I, Tonya.
Yeah.
And I wanted his own standalone movie.
What's that guy's name? I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
I don't know his name,
okay.
but I didn't put this together. He's the fat Juggalo kid from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No way.
That's the fat Juggalo kid.
That's the same kid?
That's the same kid.
Wow.
Well, he's not a kid.
Right.
I thought that was a kid when they did that,
right.
But he wasn't a kid. He was like an adult. Uh-huh. But I was like, that's the dude. Mm-hmm. I laughed my ass off when I found that out, but he's really good in it. Topher Grace's David Duke is really good in it.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh no, actually, he's not lying. He is.
And Topher Grace, I was thinking about this the other day. You don't think about it, but he's had quite a resume.
He's had quite a career, indeed.
And you don't think about it because you're like, the dude from that 70s show.
No, but he's so much more than that.
I know, but you don't think about it. He was in Interstellar. He's worked with Christopher Nolan.
He was in Interstellar?
Yeah, he was. What's her name? The girl that played Murph.
That was his.
That was the love interest.
Yeah, the love interest.
What's her? Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain. Yes.
He played Jessica Chastain's love interest.
I forgot he was in that movie. To be honest,
he's worked with Nolan.
Yeah.
He's worked with Sam Raimi. Mm-hmm. He's worked with already Spike Lee.
Yeah.
There was something else I saw him in, and I was like, oh, he's in this. I forgot the director, but he's had an impressive resume, and you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because you just remember him as Eric.
Yeah.
Well, that's his most famous role. Mm-hmm. And he's really good in the 70s show.
Yeah, you think, you know what, he gets a lot of shit for the movies he's been in, but he's not a bad actor at all. You know, he needs to pick his projects better, but I think he's...
Well, I think now he's picked his projects better.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, even Interstellar, I was like, he doesn't really need to be here.
Yeah, I guess not.
Interstellar is another movie, by the way, which that had me glued to my seat during the credits. But as much as I'll praise that movie as one of the greatest movies ever made, there's a lot you could cut out of that movie.
That's true. Yeah. The movie's a bit too long for my liking. I love the movie the first time I watched it.
Just some things that just don't add up.
Yeah.
like the Topher Grace love interest, or like when Murph gives Casey Affleck a hug.
Oh, that's right.
Like Casey Affleck really didn't need to be in that movie.
Yeah, you're talking about Topher Grace not being in the movie. Why was Casey Affleck there? Just
I didn't realize Timothy Chalamet plays the younger version of Casey Affleck.
Oh.
I didn't put that together either.
okay.
He's a great actor. Have you seen Call Me by Your Name?
I haven't seen it. We show. You know what's funny is we showed it because I used to work at this movie theater. It's like a little, I guess you'd call it, like, it's not an independent. It's more of an art house, and we showed that movie there. And I always meant to see it because like everybody that I worked with and people that came to see the movies always said it was good. But
That movie. I wouldn't say that it would left me through the cracks, but there was a scene in there.
yeah,
I couldn't stop crying.
really.
I cry a lot, but this movie, it touched me really hard because I saw it in Europe, and I felt like a parallel to my current relationship and all the other things I had gone through. And
But it's about a homosexual guy, isn't it? Or no?
well, yeah, I mean, you could take that element out; it's still
Okay.
the same.
It's still relatable.
I mean, it's still relatable,
Yeah.
but it was the thing that the father said to the son, and that was such a beautiful philosophy. And I wish someone had told me that when I was like that age, not to emotionally bankrupt yourself, not to go numb, to really feel the pain. Because if you just numb it out, by the time you're in your 30s and you find somebody, you're gonna have nothing to offer them because we've gotten rid of all the the emotion and the realness of yourself. And that movie, I wish I had that movie when I was younger, because that would have helped me a lot when I was younger. It would have helped me a lot.
So a lot of good morals in the movie.
A lot of good morals.
Mm-hmm.
The only people complain about it because he's younger than Armie Hammer's character,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh, it's pedophilia." I'm like, age of consent in Italy is 14. It's in the 80s. He's 17. The guy's 23. That's not much of a difference.
It's not.
And also, the actor is 21 in real
The
life.
actor that played the kid.
Something
so
like
he's our age, so it's not like it's a huge.
yeah, but people were like, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Armie Hammer he's 30 in real life, but he plays 23. He doesn't look 23.
That's just
That's my only problem with the movie is Armie Hammer's in it.
why is he bad or what's?
He's
the
not
problem?
bad, and people are like, "Oh, he should have been nominated." I'm like, he wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
He was all right. I don't see why he should have been nominated.
Uh-huh.
I think Michael Stuhlbarg should have been nominated. He wasn't nominated, and he had the best speech in the whole movie. And Timothy Chalamet, I'll equate him to this generation's River Phoenix.
It's a hell of a comparison.
Well, they just have that raw talent, unfiltered. They're just good and they don't care, and they're so sweet. They're caring, and they have the honest, genuine. He's a good actor. He's a great actor, and yeah. So
Was that the only recent movie you saw, or did you see anything else?
I saw a couple more movies. I just got so into the moment.
That happens sometimes.
I saw Searching yesterday. Mm-hmm. The movie with John Cho.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen too many marketing trailers about it. To be honest.
It's a limited release.
That makes sense. Okay.
And it shouldn't. I think. I thought going in, it has the same premise, kind of like as Unbroken.
Yeah.
On the surface, it has the same premise, and it has kind of like the same kind of thriller of Taken almost. So on the surface, it doesn't. I mean, the trailer is fine, and the trailer looks good, but then I saw the movie, and it's actually really good. Where's my notes? I had written down something. So in the movie, they use the internet as the main thing in the movie to show things.
Is the movie filmed through the?
It's like Unbroken.
Okay.
Not Broken. Unfriended.
Unfriended.
Sorry,
Right,
I messed up. So you've seen Unfriended, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it's same kind of thing.
Same kind of thing.
Same.
But it's not a horror movie.
No, it's a thriller.
It's a thriller.
It's a thriller. It's more like Taken, but without the action. But
Okay.
It's more of a psychological thriller, and it's a really good psychological thriller because I feel like it was so accurate to when things happen in our society and how social media platforms play a part in all of it.
Oh yeah.
And how the commentaries and things like that. There's this because he's missing his daughter in the movie, and he's trying to find his daughter. And there's scenes where if you go on Twitter and Reddit, it's hashtag the dad did it, hashtag this, and then there's this Alec Jones kind of Radiohead kind of guy in the movie who's making all these conspiracy theories, and then made all these memes and things like. I was like, it honestly didn't feel like, because you know how you watch a movie and they try to tackle social media and they always like fail miserably.
Always.
This movie, I think, gets it on the nose.
Okay.
Well, I think because it's made by a young director, and it seems like he knows what he's talking about in the movie.
Okay. That always usually helps.
Yeah, no, performance-wise, all around, other than maybe the brother in the film, but and he wasn't that bad. But all around performance-wise, John Cho was amazing.
John Cho?
John Cho was amazing. He was really, really good, and I like John Cho. I've always been a supporter of his career. But this was like, like if you say, oh, with Harold and Kumar or Star Trek, you're really not going to get.
Yeah, he doesn't get to show his range in those movies.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he does it, I think, Harold and Kumar, but not like dramatic range. This, oh my gosh, there's some really good scenes in there that I was.
Does he play like the main star? Or?
He's the main character, and I
Okay.
thought that was so cool that they had an Asian male lead in the film.
Yeah.
And it was like, he got to. Because I can't honestly think of a psychological thriller that stars a leading Asian male, other than maybe like a Hong Kong cinema kind of flick.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Hollywood just came out with. I haven't seen it, so I can't review it. But like they came up with the. Have you heard of it? The
Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I mean, it's a good year for diversity. I think this year is women, African Americans, Asians. Hispanics aren't getting that much though right now.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We need more love. Yes.
Yeah, you guys need more love.
We need more love.
But I mean, but yeah, the movie was really good. The movie was really good, and it's a small thing. It's a small thing, and this actor, it was like this kid. He had one scene, and I thought that was some of the best acting I've seen.
From the kid?
From the kid, and it's not like big rangy emotion. It's more like very subtle background kind of acting, and that's kind of if you're not a lead actor and you don't have the big dramatic scenes, I think that's what most actors should learn. It's just to be in the background and not to be noticed, but still be real and things like that. So don't show yourself off. Be more subtle and understated. And this kid, I think he hit it on the nose. So he did this reaction that I was like, that is such a perfect reaction. Either he had watched clips of things like that happening, or the director told him to do that, but either or, he got it on the nose. So there's a scene where he's being interviewed by like CBS, and normally when people are on interview, like on TV and all that, TV news, they often fake. They're always putting on some kind of show.
Okay.
So he's lying in this particular interview, saying, "Oh yeah, we got to be." He's trying to make himself look good. I always thought community service was a good thing, and you could tell he's lying in the scene, and that I thought was so good. I thought it was so believable. It was like it was the right reaction for that scene. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was really good. Have you seen anything else?
I saw Blind Spotting. That's the one that I wanted to review today.
Okay.
I was going to review that last time, but we didn't have enough time.
No, we had a lot to talk about.
Yes, we had a lot to talk about. So Blind Spotting, you want to talk about movies again that left you impacted. That was another movie that left me impacted. And I didn't see the trailers. What trailer did you see? Because you said it was a completely different trailer. Or what the trailer wasn't good.
I didn't look bad, but I just didn't. It was the one it was like the dude. Would you call them not dreads, but like twists?
Oh yeah,
I don't know what kind of hairstyle.
The curls.
Yeah, the curls. He's talking to his girl,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, why are you riding with that dude? And he's just gonna get you into trouble, and then I don't. It was like he had the gun. Like, what you did about with the gun? Mm-hmm. So that's the one I saw. I mean, it looked bad. I just thought I didn't look that particularly all that great.
Right.
But I mean,
Well,
I've heard great things though.
Yeah. So let me tell you that it is so worth seeing. And then interestingly enough, really quick, because I'm going to review it, but I just wanted to let you know that I didn't even know this until after I saw the movie. But the two guys that were in it, they also wrote it, and they're best friends since high school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
That's like the Rafferty brothers.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of also Casey Affleck and Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and
yeah,
Ben
that's
Affleck.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they wrote the movie pretty much with the intention of wanting to tell this story because they had been trying to sell this story for I I think maybe 9 years or something.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, let's just do this. And
Well, it's not a big sell, that idea.
That's
is it?
true.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. I mean, I see an indie studio doing it, but not. I don't see like Fox or Disney making that movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course they didn't, but I don't know who they pitched it to, but I just know that they try to pitch it around for a while, and then they put it on the shelf, and then they had other things to do, and now they came out with the movie, and the movie, it's not just good, it's great, and I'm just trying to think of like, I mean, there's so many reasons why the movie's great. But I think one of the things that I enjoyed about it is how, like, I mean, there are things in there that you can totally like, you know, you could like see as like little like symbolism, little like metaphor for what's going on in our culture right now. But it's not like it's in your face. It's not like it's saying like, oh, you know, black people don't have rights. Black people are getting shot by the cops. I mean, it has those messages, but I think the way it conveys it is very powerful, and I enjoyed it. And I unfortunately I missed a little bit of the movie walking in, maybe like 5 minutes or so. So there's the whole thing with the guy getting shot. They show in the trailer, so it's not like I'm spoiling it. But the whole movie starts off with one of the main characters. He's, I guess, a truck delivery guy, and so in the middle of the night when he's driving, there's this random black guy that comes out, and a cop follows behind him and just shoots him like right down, just guns him down right in front of him, and the impact that it has, like that death of this random black guy, that it has on this character, the main character, you see that manifest itself throughout the whole movie. Like there are moments where he just has like these weird kind of freak out moments because he just like he'll you know what, he'll be looking at a cop car and all of a sudden the camera will just like zoom in on the cop car and you hear like this dramatic music. You're basically inside this guy's head.
Yeah.
He's lost. He's confused. You know, he's like he sees things like that.
I like
yeah,
those scenes.
He's scared. Yeah, it's very powerful, very real. And I've never seen anything like that done in movies before, so I was so impressed. And I really
definitely got to
enjoyed
check it out. Is it still playing?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Definitely recommend seeing it.
I'm definitely try to check that soon. I still got one more movie on my Movie Pass / AMC thing.
Okay. I guess you saw a lot more movies than I did.
I saw another one.
That's good because you said you were lacking last time, so that's
last
good.
time I was lagging because I was sick. I was sick, so I didn't really feel like going to the cinema. But this
Excuses.
no, it is an excuse. But at the same time, I didn't feel like getting out of bed. But this week I overcompensated and watched like 3 different films. Was it Friday I saw it? Yeah, it was Friday because it was the day after we did our last podcast. Mm-hmm. I saw Happy Time Murders.
How was that one?
It's fun.
It's fun.
So you know how we talked about the Spy Who Dumped Me last show?
Oh boy.
It's not a like, I would still say go see it. It's still fun to watch. There's a lot of funny jokes in it. But right after I saw that, the next day I watched Roger Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
And that's a really good film. I haven't watched in a while.
Yeah.
It still holds up. Even the animation and all that. Bob Hoskins' performance is really good. But I wanted Happy Time Murders to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like story wise, because it's similar.
What do you mean?
It's similar premise. Like someone's killing someone's frame job and killing tunes and things like that. Similar. It's very similar. Similar worlds. It faces the same problems, but story wise, I just like the execution of it. I wanted to be more like that because while watching the movie, I'm like, I kind of figure out who did it. Like I wouldn't say a quarter, I wouldn't say halfway, but somewhere in between halfway and 3/3 of the film way. I was like, oh yeah, that person did, and I was right. Mm-hmm. I was right. It was the plot. I wanted the plot and story to be good, but the execution's still funny. It's still things like that. There's still a lot of funny jokes in it, and but I feel like there's so many missed opportunities in the film. Funny enough, Jim Henson's son did this film.
Yeah, that's what interesting. And did you know that they were trying to make this movie for like 10+ years?
Yeah, I knew. Because even though it sounds like a great idea, what company's going to want to back that movie? Like,
a movie where Muppets have sex and kill people. Yeah, totally. I'm on board.
I know. I mean, you know how much crap you're gonna go through.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like
they still go through crap right now. And
well, okay. originally, I might be wrong about this because I haven't seen the movie, but I did a little research out of curiosity, and I think Jim Henson's son at first said, no, we don't want to do this. Like, when they first came up to him and they pitched it, I might be wrong, but I think he said no.
Off the bat, do you honestly want to make that movie off your dad's name? But then if you read the script and things like, oh, you know what? I want to do this, and he did it. And again, the movie's not a not worthwhile movie, but it's not something I would like emotionally invest in. But I wanted it to be like a great movie. I wanted it to be like, because I remember watching the trailer with my mom. It's like, I don't want to see that. I was like, I want to see that. It looks funny. And then I wanted to prove my mom wrong and say it was, prove it was a good movie. What it felt like, it was not a cash in. It just felt like they didn't invest a lot of time into the jokes and things like that and the execution. So there's a lot of funny, great execution moments, but a lot of times it's like a lot of misses.
One of the things that I heard in other reviews of the movie is that there's a lot of punchlines and just no payoffs whatsoever.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a scene. It's funny, but it doesn't need to be in the movie. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a little scene. It's just the talent being talent. It's the scene between Maya Rudolph and Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
And they're trying to break in, and they're doing this little thing where, like, can you not? But it's like, it's really funny. It's a little funny improv play on, and it's a little moment, and it's funny, but it was so. It felt like a stop into the story. And it's like, it didn't need to be in the film. It felt like it could be in a different film. But for this, it felt like it was there for... I don't know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like...
Yeah. It's not a cash grab, but it's
somewhat of a cash grab, but it's somewhat not. Because it's an original premise. Well, not a super original premise, but it's a premise that, like, nobody's really tackled, but I wish they'd done it where it was groundbreaking.
Okay. Can I ask you something? Because when you said it's a fun movie, it sounds like, I mean, it's a fun movie, but most of the time when people say that, it's more like they're compensating for the movie. Okay, yeah, it's not good.
I know. Yeah, that I don't like. I don't like when people do. When I say it's a fun movie, it means I had a fun time.
Yeah. And
I laughed.
Okay. So it's not a bad movie at all.
Well, I guess if it was a drama, I would be more upset. Like Sicario, Sicario, we were talking about Sicario 2.
Yeah, it was Sicario 2, which was a huge disappointment.
It was a disappointment.
Yeah.
But if a comedy at least makes me laugh, it did somewhat of its job. It's not, a comedy should also be great story, great human elements and all that. And, this reminds us what it is to be human, because that's the whole point and reason why we laugh. That's what makes comedy great. You don't go to comedy just to laugh. You go there also to feel and understand and feel empathy. But for this movie, it just made me laugh. So I was like, okay, they did a quarter of its job. So I'm not that mad. At least it did something right. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of moments it doesn't pay off. There's a lot of moments where it's just the movie. It's messy.
It's very messy.
But I still enjoyed it.
How would you compare it versus The Spy Who Dumped Me? Like, I mean,
I would rather watch this over Spy Who Dumped Me for sure. But I wish they had. I had a little more of an emotional investment into this because I wanted it to be really good.
Right.
And it did not.
And it wasn't.
No, it looked like the trailers and all that made it look great.
Sure.
Did you see the trailers?
I saw the trailers. I mean, it's funny because, like, when I see something like that, it's not the first time. Like, I know they're trying to make it seem like, oh, like, something from your childhood we're taking and we're going to, like, kind of just basically rape it. And, like, we're just going to, like, just do whatever the fuck we want with it. We're going to be dirty and gritty and...
Which, by the way, for the people who are complaining about, it's ruining my childhood.
Yeah.
If you honestly are that offended by it, you honestly never had a childhood to begin with.
Get over it.
If your mental psyche is that fragile, that's sad.
Yeah. You're the one with the problem.
Exactly. It's like, who cares, dude? It's just a fun, stupid movie.
Right.
You should. You know what's really funny? Watching those outtakes of the Muppets, like, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They're the exact same as the movie.
Really?
They curse a lot.
Okay.
During those, like, outtakes, like...
I saw one of Elmo where he was cussing up a storm, I think.
Yeah, because the puppeteer was really upset. Like, things weren't, like, going the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just cursing.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was
it's
funny.
the same as... So it's like, these guys are the same as the movie, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
But I mean, to answer your question, I saw the trailer. It didn't really look all that appealing to me. Not because I have nothing like against movies like that. I mean, I like raunchy stuff like Ted. You know, the first
Oh.
one, not the second one.
no, I mean
Yeah.
we don't talk about the second.
Right, the second one didn't exist. But the first one, like especially, I liked it. I didn't even, especially the time it came out. I was like I think 16, and a lot of friends that I had like watched it, and they were just laughing at the jokes. And
I was laughing my
yeah,
ass off
but
when the
I
first time I
thought
saw that.
besides it being a raunchy movie, it was actually funny. Like it wasn't just raunchy for the sake of raunchy.
Well, what worked about that film was also Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
and Seth MacFarlane's like chemistry between the two. For this movie, Melissa McCarthy and the puppet, who also voices like the Swedish chef on the Muppets.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
He also does. Is it Bert the dog? Right, Bert the dog.
The dog.
Hi there, I'm a dog.
Yeah,
Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah, okay.
He does that one.
Are you talking about the guy in the trash can? Not.
No, that's the Grouch.
That's Groucho. Yeah.
That's the Grouch.
Yeah.
Something. But no, the point is they didn't really have like chemistry. They didn't really. I was like, Melissa McCarthy's not bad at the movie. I hate when people like crap on her because she's a talented actress.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't really feel all that like
Yeah.
flowing in the movie.
Didn't feel cohesive enough.
No, but you know who's really funny in the movie
Mm-hmm.
is the dude from The Office,
Which dude from the office?
the heavy set black man. Not Craig Robinson,
Oh.
the other one with the really weird mustache.
He's in the movie.
He's in the movie. He plays
Okay.
the sergeant, like the lead. What do we call it? Not the sheriff. What do you call him? The lead.
the
I think it's sergeant actually.
yeah sergeant. Yeah,
It is sergeant.
Yeah, the sergeant.
And he's really funny in
Mm-hmm.
the movie.
Really?
He's really funny
Okay.
in the movie. He made me laugh a lot in the movie. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would say fun time. Watch it with Movie Pass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something I would like die to go see again.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, you enjoyed it for what it was, and I mean, if you had to go see it again, all right.
I just really wish it was a better movie. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I really wish it was like the Big Lebowski of
Mm-hmm.
like the Muppet movies.
That would be a hell of a task to carry, though.
But I'm saying like that
Yeah.
level of like how like the Big Lebowski did for noir.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, it made the best comedy ever for noir movies. I just wish someone did that with this.
Yeah.
Like it was like the raunchy Muppet movie that really should have worked, but it didn't. But you have anything else? Any other movies
As far
you
as
saw?
movies,
No,
oh, you know what? Actually, did you see Eighth Grade?
I've been wanting to see that.
Okay, you want to talk about like childhood and something that just like hits you to a home?
I've
That
heard,
movie.
I've heard a lot of reactions and reviews,
Yeah.
especially about the sexual assault scene.
The sexual assault is
I
so
feel-
uncomfortable, but so powerful at the same
and
time.
someone was telling me.
Yeah,
Not someone was telling me. I was reading an article from A20. Not A from. It was about A24. How it shouldn't be rated R because every eighth grader should see this film.
I agree. They should. It just the little girl, like her reaction. That little girl is such a great actress. I've never seen her in anything.
I don't think
before
she's
that.
ever done anything.
Yeah, but she's so good in the movie, and especially during that whole what was it, not the rape scene, but the sexual assault scene. Just her reaction. When I was watching that, I was like, I don't want to see this. Like this is something I didn't want to see, but
It's something we
Yeah.
have to see.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's something you don't want to see. Like anything with rape, nobody really wants to watch because that's really disturbing. It's really uncomfortable to watch, but it's an uncomfortable thing to go through, and it's something we have to, we as a society, have to recognize. And
this is a problem that exists in our society.
especially during this movement that we're going through, the whole Me Too
Me
movement.
too, yeah.
I've been, sexually assaulted, and it's not a comfortable thing.
Really,
It makes you feel less human.
I've had friends that have been sexually harassed. and
I've never
things,
been
but-
raped, but
yeah.
I work at a job where people touch me inappropriately all the time, and it's not fun.
Jesus.
It's not fun at all.
Yeah.
So it's something we have to, as a society, recognize and see.
But that's a good point. But the movie is really good. I mean, I don't want to sit around here and just tell you the story, but I mean, I do want to tell you that besides the performances, which they're all good, especially the dad. Like, oh my god, there's a moment where he's has this moment where his daughter has just, I think it's actually after the sexual assault scene, and she doesn't want to talk. She's quiet, you know. She doesn't know how to react to that, and she doesn't tell the father. But the father could tell there's something wrong, and just the way that he comforts her and just tells her it's okay, you know, I'm here for you, you know, like talk to me. I was on the verge of tears. I was like, oh my god, this movie is gonna make me fucking cry right now.
I don't think I've ever seen you cry, to be honest.
Oh my god, dude! Movies. That's the one thing that like
Maybe once I've seen you cry.
He's trying to make it sound like I'm a person who has no emotions.
No, I'm not saying that. He's a very sensitive guy, but
Yes.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen.
Maybe too sensitive.
Well, I've seen him cry in like other incidents, like over a movie.
Mhm.
Like I don't think I've ever seen him cry over a movie.
Yeah, there's been some rare movies that have made me cry.
What would you say? What was like your first remembrance of watching a movie that made you cry? Like the first movie that really made you cry?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think it was either because we were talking about Pixar movies. I think it was either Up or it was Toy Story 3. It came out at the same time, so I think I was like maybe like I think not 8 or 9, but like probably 10 when that movie came out. So
Toy
that
Story
was
3?
Huh?
Toy Story 3?
Yeah, like 11, 12. When was that? When was that movie? When did that movie come out?
2010, dude.
So yeah, I was 12, 13.
You were 12?
Yeah,
What year you were?
1996, dude.
You were 14.
I was not 14 in 2012. Well, not
2010.
2010. No, I was 14. I was 14 in 2011. Yeah.
Well, 13, 14, you weren't 10.
You're thinking, okay, whatever. The point is that I was young. Okay, we're not trying to get distracted by age, but I was young, and my point is that I was still at a young age where I watched movies, but I never really like took anything emotionally away from movies. So
What scene made you cry though?
well, it's not just the ending scene. It was for Up. It was the whole like thing where he loses his wife.
Yeah, I mean,
That's so sad.
we talked about that last. Yeah. We don't have to go back
No.
into that.
We don't want to. But with Toy Story 3, I mean, even when the movie started, it has a complete different feel than the other two. It feels so more melodramatic. You know?
Yeah, one. I remember that one made me cry.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one.
Even the point where you think that the you know what I remember now when they were gonna die.
Yeah, that one made me cry.
I thought
because you're attached to these characters.
Yeah.
You're attached to these characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to see them. It's like seeing your best friend die.
Exactly.
Because you've gone like over what the first one came out in
1995.
Did it 95?
Yeah, 95. Yeah.
Yes, that's like over 15 years of
More than that.
So that's like seeing
Yeah.
your best friend that you grew up with die.
Yeah.
And I had like a toy Woody. I had a Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
Oh my god, I love that. So great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why. But I think the first movie that made me cry, I think, was Lord of the Rings.
I saw Lord of the Rings when I was a little kid. I just don't remember watching it that much.
I was watching like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the first one in theaters because my brother told me it was a scary movie. Even though I read the books.
Really?
I read the books, but I thought like they had like.
You read the books when you were a kid?
My mom made me read. The first book I read was The Hobbit.
I don't know too many 6-year-olds or whatever that was reading Lord of the Rings. That's pretty good.
I'm a nerd. Okay. But my mom made me read because I have dyslexia, so my mom helped me overcome my dyslexia by reading The Hobbit. She broke it down with me. So because that's how she learned how to speak English. Was her teacher in the second grade said, every day after school he would sit down and break down The Hobbit with her, and that's how she would learn English. It was by reading The Hobbit. So she was like, I want to teach my son not to be dyslexic. So I'm still dyslexic, but she made it easier for me to not be so dyslexic.
Right.
So
that's nice.
yeah.
Oh.
So but I was a kid. I believed anything my brother said.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me it was a scary movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the first one,
Uh-huh.
but the third one, that one made me cry.
Third one was good.
The third one made me cry because when they leave,
Yeah, no. When they leave, just that
crying.
ending. I mean,
the whole movie made me
Yeah,
cry.
the whole movie
That was. But then I also remember crying during the. Well, I didn't cry in the theater, but I cried. I cried during the Pokemon movie.
I can't remember that. Yeah,
Like
I think I saw it
when
too. I
Ash
don't
turns
remember.
into stone.
Yeah.
I didn't cry in the theater. I cried in the car because I was like, Ash turned into stone. But so I was a weird kid.
Yeah.
And I think the other movie, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember.
But we were talking about 8th grade, right? So, no, 8th grade is super good. Performances all wise.
Bo Burnham, right?
Bo Burnham, yes. And actually, I didn't know the guy directed had a long history of. I mean, he's. Would you say he's famous? I mean, he's not like.
No, he's famous.
He's famous.
He's a
right?
comedian. Like, I knew him as a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many too many I knew about him, but I didn't know how many people knew about him, and I didn't know he directed the movie, so I was surprised.
He has Netflix specials.
Yeah.
He has Netflix. He's super famous. I mean, he's not like Brad Pitt famous, but
Right.
he's famous.
He's famous.
He's famous.
Yeah. So he the way he directed the movie, I mean, the fact that it's a male directing this movie, and the fact that it's a male directing a middle school movie is.
He has a very interesting mind. If you watch his Netflix special, well, it's not a Netflix. It's on Netflix, but it's such a creative thing. It's either you like it or you don't like it.
Okay. So it can be very controversial, or what do you mean?
Well, when I say controversial, it's more like it's either your style or it's not. And he's creative. He's a creative genius, I think. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I will admit he's a creative genius.
Yeah.
His brain works in such interesting ways. The way he sets up a joke and the way they edit it, it's like this guy's thinking ahead with the edit. He's editing it as he's doing it.
Well, the reason why I was surprised is because the way these kids talk. I mean, it's like I felt like I was in middle school again. It was so weird. It's like I felt like I knew these kids, who they were, and the fact that I think he wrote it too. That how he wrote these kids like in a way that was like it made you remember. Like even if you're like in your 30s, you still think, oh yeah, that's how I was when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's pretty amazing.
And what I love about that film is they don't try to sexualize the kids in the sense of like if you watch any movie in like high school or middle school, the kids look too good looking.
Too good looking.
This I'm not saying the girl's ugly, but she's going through the awkward phase,
Yeah,
and that's how every middle schooler should go through.
You know what I liked? I liked that they weren't afraid to give her acne. How many times do you see that on girls? Yeah.
Are you seeing it all in a movie?
Exactly.
It's that's. I mean, she's not an actress, but if you had gotten some other actress or some other actor and said, "Let's see your real acne," how many actors would really do that?
Not at all.
Because too many actors don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The thing about actors, they always want to make themselves look good.
Yeah.
No matter what, they want not even just looks wise, acting wise. They just want to always make themselves look good. I mean, because again, it's a business, so you don't ever want to have a bad thing on you. You don't ever want so. But you can tell it's a sign of a good actor when the actor doesn't care if he looks good or bad. When he just throws that's why I love Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant. Yeah, because he does not give a shit if he's good or bad in that movie.
Harvey Keitel's always great, but
no, in this that's his best performance of all time, in my opinion.
Okay,
Bad Lieutenant, because he doesn't care about being good in the movie. He just forces himself to try to be bad, and he's really good in it. That's when he was unfiltered, raw, sure, just honest. It's a really hard movie to watch, but it's a good movie.
Nice.
But yeah, no, so that's a sign of a good actor when the actor just says, "Yeah, I'll do acting. Yeah, I'll do this." Yeah. When the actor's just willing to do anything, that's a good actor.
Yeah. So I recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's really good. It's I mean it's one of those movies that you watch it and you walk away like you feel like I don't want to say like you feel whole, like because remember we were talking last time about feeling whole after seeing a movie, but you feel like I feel like I had just like kind of discovered, maybe rediscovered a part of myself that I didn't know. Like,
it's because it's personal.
Yeah, it's personal.
When a movie is really personal,
yeah,
you connect to it. Even if you don't entirely connect to it, you're like, "Oh, I've been through that."
Yeah, definitely.
I've been through that.
I definitely felt that.
See, it reminded you of a time when you went through that.
Yes, I did. And
it made you feel like you weren't alone.
No.
That's why I love that movie, High Fidelity.
It's a great movie. Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, on to news.
Yes.
So,
So what do you got for today?
Today... Oh, I thought I wrote down more news. I only got this, but Alec Baldwin got cast as Thomas Wayne in the Joker movie. In the Joaquin Phoenix.
Get the fuck out of here.
That movie has so far, the movie's cast is wildin', man.
Wow.
You got Joaquin as the Joker. I think her name is Zazie Beetz, right?
Oh, the girl from Deadpool.
Yeah, the one who plays Domino.
Yeah,
That's her name is Zazie Beetz.
Zazie Beetz, yeah.
I think she might be playing Harley Quinn. That's
Are you serious?
That's a good choice.
No, that's a great choice, but it's different.
I know.
It's way different.
But who cares?
No, I don't care. I think it's great. I don't expect that from Warner Brothers right now. It's just, I think it's a smart move.
She was great.
Is that official or is that just talks?
Well, they haven't announced who her official role is, but I think that's pretty much who she's gonna be.
Okay. Right.
And then Robert De Niro is in the movie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I'm like, Joaquin and Robert.
I want to know who he plays. Like, who the fuck does Robert De Niro play? It's got to be someone like I don't know.
I don't want him to play a villain though. I don't want him to play like. I mean, he could, in a different movie, he'd be cool as the Penguin.
Well, I always thought he was going to be like a mobster or something. Like when they had what's his face in The Dark Knight.
Well, yeah, I don't want him to do that either because
Yeah.
that's like something I've seen De Niro do 1,000 times. I don't want to see
Right.
De Niro do that.
Right.
It's like you want to see De Niro do something else because De Niro is such a great actor, but he's getting like typecasted nowadays. Because I mean, he's an actor who's done it all, so he's got nothing else left to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you got De Niro, you got Zazie Beetz, you got Alec Baldwin, and then you got Todd Phillips directing it.
Yeah.
Scorsese producing.
And not only is he directing, he's writing it, which should be even more
Okay,
interesting.
cool. I was like, but who's writing it?
Yeah, he's writing it.
Okay, so he's writing it. So
Yeah.
he's got full control over it. And Scorsese,
Yeah.
putting his input. I just wish Scorsese was directing it.
Really?
To make it like a Mean Street style kind of film.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is that this movie has been in talks for a while, but I mean, when I first heard Martin Scorsese and then a Joker movie, I was like, nah, it's not happening. It's a rumor that it's just going to go under the rug. No one's like, it's just a cool talk for something, but it's not really going to happen. Like, I mean, it's kind of like with the Justice League movie from 2007 that they were going to make. I mean, they with was Armie Hammer in it?
Yeah, the George
Yeah.
Miller. That was. They literally were about to start.
Yeah, they were on production.
They
They
were
had to cancel.
They were literally
Yeah.
about to shoot a frame, and they came in and were like, "Hey guys, we got to wrap this up. We're putting this away."
Yeah, it's like stepping on set and saying, "Sorry guys, we're not doing it."
And it was a
today."
good cast.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really like Armie Hammer, but it was a good cast.
he would have made a good Batman.
I think he would have made a decent Batman.
Yeah,
But I think he would have got the Bruce Wayne part down.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he is a rich, spoiled
and that's
asshole.
when Madman was on, so you could definitely see that with him too.
Well, also, he's a rich, spoiled asshole.
In real life,
Do you know who his grandfather is?
No.
He owns Am and Harmony baking soda.
the same. That's his grandfather.
That's his grandfather.
Oh my god.
Not the founder of, but he owned it.
Right.
So, he grew up a rich asshole.
Wow.
I don't know him personally. I can't say he's an asshole, but he grew up rich. And so he understands that kind of... He's probably seen people like that. You know, like the Eric Trumps and the...
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. I think I read this. I'm not sure, but I think they said Alec Baldwin's character in the movies, the Thomas Wayne character, it's going to be like Trump kind of esque.
Okay. Sure.
I think. Let me
Alright.
look that up. But yeah, I'm sorry. He has I have the article right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I read it correctly. Oh, Mark Maron's gonna be in the film too. I didn't know that. And
Cast.
Francis Conroy. Wow,
It's a really hell of a cast.
this is a hell of a cast.
Especially for a DC movie. I mean, except the last time we saw some of this was for The Dark Knight. But I mean, that's what I'm like. Everything else aside, I mean, I'm really hoping that this movie delivers to what it is expected.
Someone said this will either be a masterpiece
Mm-hmm.
or the worst film ever.
Let's hope it's with the first one.
And then he
Yeah.
said, "I'm an optimist. I hope it's the former."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I hope it's. I mean, I hope. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be bad. I mean, it might not be phenomenal.
Yeah.
It might not be the best movie ever, but I think it'll be a great movie.
I'm not gonna walk in expecting to see another Dark Knight, but at the very least, with a cast like that,
I definitely want to see the trailer.
yeah, for
I
sure.
want to see because the way they're tackling it is like he's a comedian, a failed comedian in the '80s,
Mm-hmm.
the Joker. I'm like, oh, that already sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds pretty interesting. So that was your news. As far
That
as-
was the only. I thought I had more news than that, but I didn't. Did you have anything?
I wasn't able to find anything, unfortunately, and I did look. I just didn't find anything that looked interesting as far as to talk about.
Yikes!
You just ever had one of those where you're just like, I don't know.
I thought I had more.
Yeah.
Let me look at the Twitter and Facebook machine. But
But that movie, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
no, it looks like
Everything's
it
aside.
looks like a phenomenal film to
Yeah.
really tackle.
Mhm.
And it sounds like just overall, it just sounds like they got the right hands, they got the right team.
Yeah.
So I trust the movie.
Yeah.
I trust the movie.
I'm hoping it's going to be really good.
I don't think I have anything
All right.
news wise.
All right. So I guess we'll cut this news part short. It's okay.
Yeah, I feel a little.
We talked a lot last time about some news.
No,
so.
we did. We went on a little too long. Yeah, so I guess we moved on to retro movie reviews.
Yes. So what's yours today? Mine might.
I
Actually
went first last time. You should probably go.
Okay. All right. Mine. This might surprise you. I don't know if you've ever
It's not
seen
The Godfather again. Is
No,
it?
it's The Godfather Part 2.
Oh.
No. Mine is a lot of movie, especially for people that are listening to this, I'm sure, is a movie that I'm very sure you haven't heard of. And if you have, it's a rare gem that it's just... the movie is called Bronson. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, of course.
And it stars our one of our favorite actors.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy at giving... Is that not like one of his best performances, I think?
I think it's his most unfiltered.
Unfiltered, that's a great word.
Because people say best, they throw that around a lot. I wouldn't say it's his best performance. I think it's his most unfiltered performance.
It's so great. Yeah.
That one, to me, I think he really put himself through that movie.
Yeah.
Nicholas Winding Refn directed that. A guy who did Drive.
So it is the same guy. That's what I thought.
Neon Demon.
Mm-hmm. And then Only God Forgives.
Only God Forgives.
Kind of killed his career a little bit.
I think that movie.
People say it's very pretentious. That's the thing.
The movie?
Above all else. No, not Bronson. Only God Forgives.
Well, I wouldn't say it's pretentious. It's just too dark.
Too dark?
Like,
is that a thing?
like I turned it off.
Okay.
There's a scene where he says, like, I want to fuck a little boy. I'm like, I'm done.
Okay.
Click.
Okay. All right. So it's just it's not raunchy, but it's just sort of uncomfortable for the sake of being uncomfortable. I don't like movies like that. Yeah.
If you watch the documentary behind the movie, it's a really good documentary.
Mm-hmm.
It was documented by his wife about the making of the movie, and he's struggling so hard with the pressure of not to make another Drive.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want, like, why am I, like, there's a scene where he asks the fortune teller, why am I feeling so, like, all this about it? And he says, because you're just focusing too much on trying to do the success of Drive rather than just make the film. So when you watch the whole film,
Yeah.
it feels like this great arc, and then like you watch the end of the film, and like, oh, I hope the movie's great, and then you watch the movie and like, why?
Why? What
Why?
did I just watch? Yeah.
He actually stands by the film.
He what?
He stands by the film.
Like as far as not being bad or what?
He thinks it's his masterpiece.
Oh come on, really?
He-
You think it's better than Bronson or Drive? Really?
He told William Friedkin, the guy who did The Exorcist and French Connection, all those great films. He told him. William Friedkin was making a joke about how it's bad,
Uh-huh.
and then Nicholas says, "I don't think it was bad. I think it's the greatest movie I ever made." And then he goes, "Is there a doctor in the house? Are you fucking crazy?"
What did I say about being pretentious? But
He's like, the only problem I had with the movie was that I didn't have the budget for it. I didn't have the big enough budget. It's like, and he goes, wait. Citizen Kane didn't have the budget, okay? That's still the greatest movie ever made.
yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. But let's talk about one of his movies that actually is good, which is Bronson.
I love Bronson.
Bronson is so good.
I love the little like intricacies of the movie. Like the mustache, Tom Hardy's mustache. That's not his mustache.
That's a fake. It kind of looks fake. That's the only thing
That's
that
the
looks
actual
fake.
guy's mustache.
Oh,
That dude shaved off his mustache.
and he just taped it on, or what?
And they sent it to him, and they put it on Tom Hardy.
So incredible.
That's great.
That's badass.
What I love about the movie is how, like, what I was talking about with Harvey Keitel and Bad Lieutenant, how Tom Hardy doesn't care if he's good or bad.
No, he doesn't. I mean,
There's a scene where he fights people covered in shit, bare naked, and you see his tiny dick just flopping about.
Oh, come on! Don't put him down like that.
Well, see, it's cold. Have you ever been to England? I've lived in England for 6 months. It's freezing.
Oh man!
Even I had a tiny one. Okay,
This is why I love this guy. He'll just turn it into something completely different.
because it's true. It's true. If you ever been to England, you could be. What's that guy? Ron Jeremy. You could be Ron Jeremy, and you could just.
You could be Mandingo.
You could be Mandingo. I wasn't gonna go there, but and you could still be like carrying a 2-incher around.
Oh God.
But because it's so cold, and like even if you get hard, you're not gonna want to.
Yes.
Anyways,
yes, we're not here.
point
to talk
is,
about dicks.
so Tom Hardy is just willing to just dive. It's very Joker-esque performance. If you
It's
really,
very Joker-esque. I was about to say the same thing. Very
There's-
Joker-esque.
it's very. I think if they ever made a Joker movie like that, that's how they should make it.
Yes, absolutely.
Other than this one coming up, another one that like an art house film like Bronson.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Nicholas though is he needs to get different writers.
He needs to get
He
different.
needs to get because all the other films he got. I think he wrote. I'm not sure. I think he wrote Only God Forgives and Neon Demon. But yeah, I think he just needs to get writers. I don't think he has. I think he writes his films now. I'm
Did
not
he
sure.
write Bronson?
No, he didn't write Bronson.
Okay,
The guy- a different writer wrote Bronson.
That's another thing that I really wasn't like. I watched that because the movie came out like 10 years ago now, but I watched.
Has it been 10
It's
years?
been more than 10 years, I think. Yeah. Time goes by fast, huh? But so I watched the movie like maybe 3-4 years ago the first time, and I remember when I first watched it, I was like, "What is this movie?" Not in a bad way.
It
Just
was.
like,
It's hard to watch the first time.
yeah, like I've never seen anything like it before. It was so kind of like just out there is what it was. It was just really out there, and I thought it was really good. Tom Hardy's really good, and another thing that I want to bring up too is the movie's actually really funny. Like it has a
it's
lot
great
of fun.
comedy.
Oh my god! Like I was rewatching it last night.
Nicholas Refn has
Mhm.
his comedy, like in his movies, are
Yeah.
on point. They're very funny.
Like the scene where he gets first transferred to the Looneyville, and the guy's just taking a shit in his hands, and he just fucking rubs it. I'm like,
That's actually the dude.
oh, what do you mean?
That's actually the
Oh, that's
real.
the director.
No, that's Bronson.
Oh, that's
That's the real dude.
That's the real dude.
That's the real dude.
How do they do that? Did they go to a real cell or like
That's a real cell. They filmed in all real prisons.
shit?
They
That wasn't a
filmed-
set.
No, that wasn't a set. They only filmed in real.
Because the movie didn't have a lot of money, so I'm sure they had to compensate for something.
Yeah, no, they only filmed in real spots.
Wow,
They only filmed in real
that's
spots.
incredible.
That part where he's just crapping his head. That's
they crapping
that's
his head.
what's his name? Charles Bukowski.
Charles McCall. No, Charles Bronson.
No, but no,
Oh,
that's his,
Michael Peterson.
Michael Peterson.
Michael Peterson.
That's the real Michael Peterson.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and fun fact for you: when they were screening the film, they originally had done an introduction recording by Michael Peterson,
Hmm. The real Michael Peterson.
the real Michael Peterson, to show before the film.
Hmm.
The British government said no.
Oh,
You
too
can't-
much.
No. It's not that it's too much. It's because he's a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's still a prisoner.
Oh yeah, he's still alive apparently.
No, he's still alive and
Yeah.
in prison, so
Mhm.
they didn't want a prisoner's audio thing playing
That makes sense.
before
Okay.
a movie. And so the British Parliament said no, and it was banned.
Yeah.
But then they overturned it, and so now if you watch the commentary, if you have the DVD of it, it'll play.
But it's like you said, like just the way like Nicholas Hoult directs it and writes it in a way that I don't know if he wrote Bronson, so I'm hoping.
No, he didn't write Bronson.
Okay,
It was-
so whoever wrote Bronson,
I think it was the guy who wrote. I don't remember who wrote it exactly, but
Yeah.
he's done things. I think he wrote some Sherlock episodes as well.
okay, but I do think that a lot of the comedy is mostly due to Nicholas Holt's direction and
Nicholas Refn,
Nicholas, yeah,
not Nicholas Hoult. That's the dude from X-Men.
that's the X-Men. And also like Tom Hardy and the other actors too that have like minor roles. Like the guy who plays the warden, I thought is just so he's like I don't know like to call him charming, but he's just like he just puts up with Bronson's shit and he just doesn't care.
What I liked about it was it's like it beats you with a smile.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
He kills him with kindness.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you gotta love that because Charles Bronson's character. I mean, he's just I don't know like what his deal is, but it's like he has no sort of like human interaction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know how to like interact with
Well,
people.
no, because he's just
He's been in solitary for so long. He doesn't know how to interact with people.
So the only thing he knows how to do is fight.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I love that. Who's the guy who manages him? I forget that actor's name.
The guy with the glasses.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah.
it's not Bill Nye. It's somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, as little as in the movie, he's really good.
Yeah, I love this scene where like he's handing us thing, he's handing the tea, and
yeah.
he's like showing him his fists,
And he's like, very nice.
very nice.
Yeah. I just love that guy's attitude. Like, it's just so cool.
No, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. And it's a movie that I know a lot of you haven't heard, and if you haven't seen it, you're doing yourself a huge disfavor. Watch it tonight. Watch it whenever you can.
That was the movie he did before Drive. So
Yeah.
that was his the way he got to do Drive.
It goes under the rug, of course, because it's one of his first movies. So
No, it's not his. It's actually one of his.
It's not one of his first movies.
No, but it was his.
Oh.
It was his second. His first movie, I think, was a movie called Viking with the dude who played Hannibal.
Oh yeah,
Not from the
not Anthony Hopkins, the other dude.
Not from the movie Hannibal,
The
but the
TV
TV
show,
show. What's
yeah.
his name? Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he directed a thing called Viking or something like that.
He's a director too. That's interesting.
No, Refn.
Oh, Refn. Okay.
Refn directed a movie called Viking and then put Mikkelsen, and then he's made a couple films. And then Bronson was the thing that really, I think, just helped him not put him back on the map, but helped him be more mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not a mainstream movie at all.
No,
Yeah.
but it got more of a success for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like what I mean by mainstream is it was able to get him to do Drive.
Yeah, it's kind of like his Reservoir Dogs, right? The one that led to his Pulp Fiction.
Kind
you
of,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what helped him like launch his career into Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
and to things like that.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good film. It's a rough film.
It's a rough film.
But the fighting in it, I love in it. I think Tom Hardy really puts himself, not even just acting, but physically, what he puts himself through.
but yeah, mentally,
mentally, I'm actually afraid for Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah. Do you need some help?
I'm concerned.
Yeah, just talk to me, dude. I'm here for you.
But
Yeah.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah, really good. So again, watch it please, because I feel like it's a very underrated movie that a lot of people haven't seen. So go ahead and watch it. What's your movie?
Mine's not as cool.
Oh, okay.
I kind of wish I got first now. I really wish I got first because
Yes.
I'm like, oh.
I beat you.
Well, I think I was watching it recently because I know the director of this film. I'm not super tight with him, but I know his dad, and I sometimes go to his house.
That already sounds cool. I don't know the guy who directed Bronson. That's pretty.
Well, I wish I knew Refn. No, it's the movie called Feast.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Feast, yeah. So so I know the director, John Gulager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Okay.
That's something. I'm friends with his wife on Facebook too. They're cool. They're a cool family. They offer for me to sleep there sometimes if I ever need it, or they're really cool, fun family.
Nice.
And Clue is really cool. Clue's his dad. Clue's a cowboy veteran actor. Clue Gulager.
Mm-hmm.
The movie's called Feast. It's a horror film, a horror monster movie. It was made, I think, 2005.
Okay.
2005, 2006, maybe. Made by Dimension.
Oh, what's his face company?
The Weinstein's off.
Well, is it also Robert Rodriguez company?
No. That's just Robert Rodriguez made films for
a lot of Dimension films.
Dimension.
Yeah. Okay. So go
Dimension films. It's it's in the same vein as all those other kind of monster movies that Dimension put out, but I think this one's more fun.
Mm-hmm.
This one has just the right kind of energy.
Yeah.
And it's not super long. It's like an hour 25 minutes.
Okay.
So really, you're just not really, you're not wasting your day watching this movie, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun, punk rock kind of movie, But it's kind of funny because I feel like it's made for me in a sense.
What do you mean?
Because it's got Clue. I was a fan of Clue since I've been a kid.
Okay.
I used to watch The Virginian when I was a kid with my grandfather, so I would watch Clue all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Clue's in the movie. And they got Henry Rollins in the movie.
Oh, okay.
You got the rapist from Pulp Fiction. Not Zed, but
Which one?
The fat one.
Oh, the fat one.
The fat one.
Okay.
So he's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jason Mewes in the movie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's got a big cast. The movie's got a big cast, and it's got so you got Clue, you got Jason Mewes, you got Henry Rollins, you got Eric Dane. You got Eric
I thought you were
Dane.
going to say Eric Bana. I was
No, yeah, totally Eric Bana of the movie. You got Balthazar Getty from like Lost Highway. So it's got a big cast, and yeah, it's a fun horror film. He the way he got the gig was he won Project Greenlight, which was like an internet contest.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's an internet contest about like you submit your like a short film online, and they pick you and choose the right director, and they make you direct a feature length movie.
Yeah.
And so he won the contest, and he was able to do Dimension and all that. And it's a fun like horror western kind of film. It's got the right kind of energy. The soundtrack kicks ass. It's not like by bands either. It's like I don't know any of
Oh,
the,
it's not a composer. It's a band that composed it, or what?
No. I meant soundtrack of like
Oh, just some different music.
different music,
Got it.
but it's different. I've never heard of most of these artists,
Okay.
and I most of these artists I haven't really heard of, but it's good songs on there. Like there's a lot of good songs I like on there. John also composed a lot of the songs too.
John who?
The director John Gulager,
He composed it too?
he composed some of the songs.
Was it like a triple threat or what?
He
Did he write it too, or what?
no he
Okay.
it was a writing team of
Okay.
of two dudes. They submitted their screenplay. They picked that one, and then John got picked as director. They wrote some of the Saw. They wrote a lot of the Saw films. The guys.
Like the first ones, or just all?
No, I think like from 4 to the last one.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't really care for those movies that much.
no, neither did I. But I mean, that was the first thing they. So this was like first for John. This was the first for the screenwriters. But it's a fun film. And it's got the right energy. And it's fun. It's stupid. It's silly. But it's still overall like a great time. It's punk rock. It's like Evil Dead meets Diner.
Mm.
So it's like if you.
I've never seen Diner, but I've seen.
Oh, I
Evil Dead,
love
so I'm very
Diner.
yeah.
That's another retro review I'll go into later. But yeah, it's like Evil Dead pretty much, and it's almost like From Dusk Till Dawn. It's not CGI monster either. It's like a guy in a suit.
Okay.
It's a guy in a suit
So
going.
okay, so like old school kind of effects.
Old school,
That's
and
pretty cool.
yeah, it's got the guy from 30 Rock,
Oh.
the weird fat dude with the long hair and the
Yeah,
hat.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that dude's got that dude. No, it's just a fun, kick-ass film overall.
Wow.
It's an hour 25.
Mm-hmm.
It's a B horror film, but it's a fun B horror film, and it deserves a lot of love. It's a very fun film, and there's a giant monster cock.
A giant monster cock.
They cut off its dick.
Jesus
and
Christ.
it's fun. It's
Oh my
funny,
God.
stupid, but it's still fun overall, and it's great acting in it too.
Yeah.
Great acting. Balthazar Getty's really good in it. Clue's really good in it, but then again, I'm a little biased since it's my acting teacher. But he's a great actor. I've always thought he was a great actor. But yeah, so that's my review.
Okay.
I wish I was a little more in depth about it. But
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
it's
that's-
not an in depth movie. It's more like a thrill ride than it is like a feel movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a thinking, emotional filled movie.
So can I ask you, like, not to get off to a topic with B movies, like, are you not into those, or like?
No, I'm into them. I'm just depends on the movie. I'm not into every big movie because then I'd be like, oh, let's go watch The Room as a serious movie.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll watch it to make fun of
You're
it.
tearing me apart, Lisa.
But no. Feast is like like From Dusk Till Dawn is a B movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Death Proof is a B movie, even though I don't really like Death Proof all that much. But it's a B fun movie. It's just violent. It kicks ass. It's cool. It's great soundtrack, great shots. He has a lot of great shots in the movie. That's the thing with John. He's a great cinematographer.
Nice.
He didn't do the cinematography, but the way he lines up the shots, there's a shot in there when the sun comes up. I think it's beautiful. There's a beautiful shot of just the sun coming up, and yeah, it's just a good movie.
It's good.
It's a good, fun movie that really just gets your blood pumping.
I honestly wouldn't expect that from a B movie, especially. But
But
that's
there's good B movies.
yeah, there are. It's just they're not.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of good directors for B movies.
Yeah, just they're not very common. Is my point.
No, well, I'm saying there's good directors for B movies. It's just the problem is the script. Like
That's
you
always
can,
what it comes
like
down to.
John's a great director.
But you can have a great director and a shitty script. It
Well, the
happens
movie's
all
not
the time.
shitty script. It just if John had done different film, say like a smart, well-written drama, then he would shine and would be, there's great. I mean, James Cameron, you know how he got his start?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
He directed a sequel to Piranha.
That's right. He did do that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Joe Dante directed the first Piranha.
Yeah. Which has what does that say?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then John also directed a Piranha film.
Let's not go into the Piranha films.
Let's not go into
It's yeah.
But so what it is, it's B movies are fun.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna stop having to stick up their ass. So
Yeah.
just watch a fun movie.
Yeah.
Turn your brain off for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious scarf wearing, cinephile, but I'll still watch Feast. I'll still watch, Black Dynamite.
I'm a little ashamed to say like something like Fast and Furious, not the
I
seventh
can't-
one.
no.
The seventh
No.
one with the Paul Walker. It kind of got me emotional. Not like I cried. Just
You just made me want to have a constipated crap. That one I can't. That one I would
it's
rather.
not a great movie.
I would
okay?
rather watch the Roger Corman version.
I am no way saying it's a great movie. I'm just
See
saying that
Point
little-
Break with cars.
The first one is whatever. All right, it's good for what.
All
it
of
is.
them are just. They're just. But the problem with them is
Yeah.
the problem with those movies is they're pretty much like a superhero movie because none of these guys.
Yeah. How did you go from mechanics to being like super spies? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's so stupid. The first movie at least makes sense.
Yeah. It's
After
grounded
that,
in its little reality, I guess.
yeah, I mean, it was just stupid, ridiculous.
But they
stuff.
threw reality out the window with these.
No,
mass
that's the
movies.
problem with them.
Yeah.
It's like they turn into Transformers all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Like, how did you guys?
Yeah.
You guys were like, the first movie, like people almost die. In this movie, it's like you punch Vin Diesel, shoot him, and then he gets back up and kills you. Like, how?
Yeah.
I just shot you,
Yeah.
dude.
How?
That one just like that. Those movies piss me off because it's like they don't care.
They don't care.
With at least the B movies, there's actually effort. There's actually heart into some of them.
Yeah, there's
not
passion.
all of them. Don't get me wrong. There's some shitty B movies where people just do it for money.
Right.
But with Feast, that was a passion project for
Right.
John. That was something he decided to direct the shit out of, and he did.
And then there's B movies that people try to put passion into, and it doesn't work out for them, like Ed Wood with.
Well, that's different. That's just
Yeah.
he didn't have the knowledge.
He was lack of knowledge. Was,
But John has the knowledge because his dad, he grew up. I mean, John grew up being on sets. He grew up being around filmmakers,
Alright.
so he knows what to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for me.
What did you have? Do you have anything for unpopular opinion today, or no?
No, I don't have anything on popular opinion.
Okay.
Let me see your notes. I think that's it.
That's it.
Is it?
All right. I mean, I had some other stuff, but I mean, this is stuff that we can also get into for next week's show. But Yeah.
This has been the Polar Opposite Graveyard Film Reviews
thank
podcast.
you for tuning in, everybody. Have a good night.
All right. Much love.